This is Chapter 1, Introduction to Chemistry, Section 1.4, Scientific Research. Our objectives of this lesson is to compare and contrast pure research, applied research, and technology, and apply knowledge of laboratory safety. Some vocabulary to review is synthetic, and some new vocabulary you'll come across is pure research and applied research. Every day in the media, through TV, newspaper, and magazines, or the internet, the public is bombarded with the results of scientific investigations. Many deal with the environment, medicine, or health. As a consumer, you are asked to evaluate the results of scientific research and development. How do scientists use qualitative and quantitative data to solve different types of scientific problems? Scientists conduct pure research to gain knowledge for the sake of knowledge itself. Such as in the case of Molina and Rowland, they were motivated by the curiosity and thus conducted research on CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, and their interactions with ozone as pure research. No experimental evidence at the time indicated that there was a correlation to their model in the stratosphere. Their research showed that only that chlorofluorocarbons could speed the breakdown of ozone in the laboratory setting. By the time the ozone hole was reported in 1985, scientists had made measurements of CFC levels in the stratosphere that supported the hypothesis that CFCs could be responsible for the depletion of the ozone. The early pure research, done only for the sake of knowledge, because applied research. Applied research is a research undertaken to solve a specific problem. Scientists continue to monitor the amount of CFCs in the atmosphere and the annual changes in the amount of ozone in the stratosphere. Applied research is also being conducted to find replacement chemicals for the CFCs that are now banned. Once scientists conduct experiments and reaches a conclusion that is far different from what was predicted. Some truly wonderful discoveries in science have been made unexpectedly. You might be familiar with the two examples described below. Alexander Fleming is famous for several accidental discoveries. Fleming found on one of his plates a Staphylococcus bacteria had been contaminated by greenish mold, later identified as penicillin. He observed it carefully and saw a clear area around the mold where the bacteria had died. In this case, a chemical in the mold, penicillin, was responsible for killing the bacteria. The discovery of nylon is another example of an accidental discovery. In 1930, Julian Hill, an employee of DuPont, dipped a hot glass rod in a mixture of solution and unexpectedly pulled out long fibers similar to those in figure 1.16. Hill and his colleagues pursued that development of these fibers as a synthetic silk that could withstand high temperatures. They eventually developed nylon in 1934, and during World War II, nylon was used as a replacement for silk in parachutes. Today, nylon is used extensively in textiles and some kinds of plastics. In your study of chemistry, or science in general, you will learn many facts about matter. You will also do investigations and experiments in which you will be able to form and test hypotheses, gather and analyze data, and draw conclusions. When you work in the chemistry laboratory, you are responsible for your safety and the safety of the people working nearby. Often, many people are working in small space during a lab, so it is important that everyone practices safe laboratory procedures. Below is a list of some common safety rules that you should follow every time you enter the lab. I think some important safety protocol that we should go over would be number 4, right? And that's wear safety goggles and a laboratory apron whenever you are in the lab. Number 7 is keep food, beverages, and chewing gum out of the lab, and that you should never eat in the lab. Number 9, right? Report any accident, injury, incorrect procedure, or damaged equipment to your teacher. And number 10, if chemicals come in contact with your eyes or skin, flush the area immediately with large quantities of water. And immediately inform your teacher of the nature of the spill. A lot has happened since the 1970s, when Molina and Rowland hypothesized that CFCs broke down stratospheric ozone. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and many other groups are actively collecting historic and current data on CFCs in the atmosphere and ozone concentrations in the stratosphere. Through applied research, scientists determined that not only do CFCs react with ozone, but a few other substances react as well. Carbon tetrachloride and methylchloroform are 2 additional substances that harm ozone, as well as substances that contain bromine. Chemists are an important part of the team of scientists that solve many of the problems or issues that we face today. Chemists are not only involved in resolving the ozone depletion problem, they are also involved in finding cures or vaccines for diseases, such as AIDS and influenza. Almost every situation that you can imagine involves a chemist, because everything in the universe is made of matter. Figure 1.19 shows some of the advances of technology that are possible because of the study of matter. Some cars are powered on compressed air. When the compressed air is allowed to expand, it pushes the pistons and the car is allowed to move. Because the car is powered by compressed air, no pollutants are released. Submarines could be also guided by lasers. This submarine is only 4 millimeters long and might be used for detecting and repairing defects in the human body. A section summary of 1.4 is scientific methods can be used in pure research or in applied research. Some scientific discoveries are accidental, and some are the result of diligent research in response to a need. Laboratory safety is the responsibility of everyone in the laboratory, and many of the conveniences we enjoy today are technological applications of chemistry.